quack, gobble.
How would you fit a Hydra into a dragon? Like with
No. I'm saying they're running a train, so you got a Hydra dick in a dragon, but not like the Hydra all the way in the dragon.
Like Hydra heads, right? Like if you cut the head off, does do 2 more come out, right?
I don't know. So are you asking me? But like a Hydra to start usually has 3 heads. So you're asking me if there's an initial 3 dicks, with the possibility of additional dicks should you try to circumcise one.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert on Hydra penises. But
well, God damn it, Alex! How can you put us in this situation when you don't know?
I was talking about a Hydra inside of a dragon inside of.
Now we have to deal with the logistics of that.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't be an expert on all the animal penises. I do my best, Ulysses. Okay, there's a lot of creatures.
Discussion to the table. You made me wonder what a Hydra penis is like.
Go blow a Hydra.
Well, there aren't any Hydras. They're mythical creatures.
What you need to do is go to a mythical truck stop and look for the stall with
I'm
3.
Not a mythical monster.
look for the stall with 3 holes spaced next to each other, and then ask the Hydra.
But what if it's got more than 3 holes? That's my point. Because then I won't know if is that a Hydra or is that something else.
And what else is it gonna be?
I don't know. What else has more dicks?
I mean,
like those some of those like 9-tailed things in like Japanese mythology.
Like a 9-tailed fox.
Like, do they have additional dicks? I don't know.
Why would your tail indicate you have
fox?
Yeah, but I mean, but why would having 9 tails mean that you have 9 dicks?
I don't know.
Why would having multiple heads mean you got multiple dicks? They still got 1 body with 1 crotchular region. Like, yeah.
Is that a scientific term?
It is, dude.
I don't know, man. It just stands to reason that if you got multiples of one thing, you probably have multiples of something else.
No, I mean, I got 2 eyes and 1 penis, so.
Yeah, man, I got 2 eyes and 2 penises, so.
Well, I mean, is that, how are those stacked? Are they on a side-by-side or like a bunk bed situation?
Side-by-side.
Side-by-side.
Antenna.
Okay, interesting.
So I find my way in the dark.
Is it?
Yeah.
Remind me not to touch anything in your house. Just like I stubbed my dick on the table again.
He was walking erect in the middle of the night with no lights on.
That's how he finds his way. It's like a cat's whiskers. He just kind of like.
You're using your dick as a fucking like a walking stick,
like a metal detector.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's like a radar. He's like swinging around. It's like, boom.
Oh my god. Welcome to Rated M for Immaturity.
The most accurately titled stream on Twitch.
Where else can you start a conversation? You tune into a conversation we started about fucking Hydra.
Yeah. T-Bone! Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
T-Bone makes me feel like somebody cares about me.
Yeah.
You feel like someone's watching?
Yeah. But like not in a weird way. Like not in like watching in like an uncle way and like a
T-Bone says they do care.
Aww.
Was it always winter here?
No, I don't think so, actually. Oh god, I fucked this up I fucked this up so badly.
Oh man, this is not good.
Yeah, no, right. Really bad.
That was very sneaky of you.
Yeah, you were quite stealthy in being detected.
Yeah.
Ooh, fireworks.
Sage, can we watch the fireworks?
Yeah, man, 4th of July.
It's not
Are they good ones? Are there good ones?
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Let me watch
Are they
them.
like shape? This isn't fireworks, babe.
You know what?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That also wasn't fireworks.
Yeah.
I know that.
Ooh, fireworks. Yeah, dude, lots of fireworks.
Come on, man. Oh, shit.
Oh, dang.
Not everybody here's a fan of America.
Yeah. Commies.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
Man, these auto turrets are pretty intense. Yeah.
Not this week. Tyler is working tonight, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Ulysses ate him.
Come on, man. It's only been a week. He hasn't had nearly enough time to marinate.
Oh, fair enough. What's the primo human marinade? What do you go for?
About 15 days.
15 days? What do you marinate them in?
I mean, you gotta use a lot of stuff, you know.
Like Lowry's seasoning salt, A1 steak sauce, Velveeta.
Well, I mean, it'll last forever that way.
Yeah.
Twinkies have a half-life, but Velveeta is forever.
Velveeta is forever. Yeah, fuck diamonds, dude.
Velveeta is a girl's best friend.
Velveeta is a girl's best friend.
The Velveeta ring.
Like, here you go, honey. You earned it.
You earned this Velveeta.
This brick of fake cheese.
This thing that's legally not allowed to be called cheese.
What's up with the amphibious hearses in the world, anyway?
That's
a great
what?
question.
What? You never heard of burial at sea?
Yeah, but that's traditionally a boat, Alex.
But you got to have a procession, you know, right?
Just put the boat on wheels and carry it around.
Isn't that what that is?
No, boat, it's a car.
I mean, I don't. It seems like a distinction.
An amphibious car
It
is
seems
not a boat, Alex.
an amphibious car and a boat with wheels seems like a distinction without a difference. Ulysses.
Well, it's more appropriate for sea, but a car is more appropriate for land. You see how that works?
I don't know. Roger Moore took that Lamborghini underwater, like a submarine. So
Yeah, well, that wasn't a documentary, Alex.
and there was a documentary about that famous spy. You
That
know,
told everyone his name.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a spy too, you know.
yeah, James Bond. He's a important historical figure.
You know, there was a Russian author who basically just wrote like a book hating on James Bond, had him be killed by the Russians at the end.
Okay.
This was like a thing in the Cold War where they were going to win the cultural conflict between East and West by killing James Bond.
I don't know, man. Like, I just, you know, I don't know if you could make, like, you can make a really intimidating Russian spy. I don't know if you could make, like, a really, like, smooth or kind of, like, that's not what I think of when I think of Russian spies, for sure.
What, are they too drunk?
No, they're just, like, Russians are hard-edged people, man. Like,
I mean, the Americans did a pretty good job.
what do you mean?
The show The
Oh,
Americans.
the show The Americans? Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. That almost worked.
I smoke at a funeral.
Too many eyes, huh?
Thank you.
It's a tumor.
Why would you congratulate me on a tumor contract?
Yeah, no, Sage is blowing up. He's,
You say he's getting fat.
yeah. Yeah, dude, you tried Nutrisystem. It worked for Larry the Cable Guy, Sage. I don't know. It's kind of like it's those things where they show you a picture. It's like, I lost 50 pounds. And it's like, I can't tell. Like, it's like when...
So fat to begin with, that, like,
Well, it's like when Alex Jones was selling those diet pills or whatever, and then the pictures, they would have a before and after, and they looked the same, except Alex Jones had them, like, spray abs on his fat stomach. And it was like, dude, like, you're not fooling anybody.
Alex was about off when he ate ever since he went on the Eat Numbers diet.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of calories in ass.
It's just like the keto diet, you know, if you're like eating fat
Just
ass.
feasting on ass. Just like, I'm on the ass only diet. Like,
The feasting on ass diet is definitely that's gonna be a thing, I think.
Yeah, just some ass coffee.
Yeah.
Some ass coffee. Just mix.
Already a thing, isn't it? You know, that coffee that's made from like a small animal's ass. Remember that?
Oh, those civet?
Yeah,
yeah, that's the most expensive coffee on earth. Yeah.
It goes through a civet's digestive system, and then it's better somehow.
Yeah, the best part of waking up is cat shit in your cup.
That's good.
Oh, man.
But technically, civets aren't cats.
What is a civet?
It's kind of its own thing. I think it's more closely related to
it is kind of rodent. It is kind of rodent-like. It's a fair point.
Yeah.
But it has like more cat-like markings. Like it has like kind of the stripes of a cat, doesn't it?
Yeah, sort of. It's kind of the middle ground between a weasel and a cat.
Yeah, it kind of looks like if an ocelot and a squirrel had a baby.
Yeah. And just imagine that shitting in your coffee.
Thank you for the congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
If we had any shit coffee, we'd mail you some.
I wouldn't mail anyone.
What I really think the reason this age is growing so much is on the merits of the highbrow discourse that we provide.
Where else do you find a conversation like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, I'm pretty sure 5-year-olds have these conversations, but we've got a better vocabulary, so.
That's
we
true.
We have a broader range of knowledge with which to have sort of discussion of 5-year-olds.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they're just learning, like, spelling right now. We already know about civets.
Yeah.
Presidents shitting themselves.
That's true, kids be coming back.
Do you think
Devouring of the Lambs Party? Huh.
Oh shit!
Are you guys coming to my my reading of Devouring the Lambs, my Hannibal Lecter / fiction?
No, I do not have some.
Although the Hannibal TV series was already borderline / fiction between Will and Hannibal.
Oh, it was
they straight up had a romance
Yep.
with it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the times where it's actually like worked.
Well,
Yeah.
it was actually well written.
Yeah.
Right, it was like a well-written, like real story. But yeah, no, I mean that is totally what that show was.
Yeah, well, I mean, it made total sense, and that's how, like, all relationships and shows should be. It's just organic. Like, I like seeing more gay relationships in shows. I just don't like seeing it where it's like where you can obviously tell they were like, well, we need a gay couple in the show, so just make these two characters in a relationship.
For the positive cannibal representation.
Yeah,
Cannibal representation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
like
Yeah, exactly.
Because it feels like they're doing it to make money off of whatever group of people. Like they think that they could. Well, if they just put someone in there, that those people will then watch it, and it feels disingenuous.
It's how they used to have so many kids shows where they'd mandate, we got to have a wheelchair kid and
exploitation. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it was like every textbook in school there was like at least one kid in a wheelchair in the group of friends, and it's like, I'm glad everybody's being friends with the kids in wheelchairs, but statistically this is like 20% of kids are in wheelchairs. Like,
is it that many?
What?
20% sounds.
No, I'm saying that's what the books made it look like.
Oh, okay.
Because it'd be like in every group of 5 friends.
I mean, I'm saying if 20% of the population is in wheelchairs, and that representation sounds like it's probably accurate.
Oh yeah, no, I do not believe it's 1 in 5 people. That would be pretty shocking to me. Like,
are you in a wheelchair?
Are you?
Just in a chair with wheels on it. There's a difference.
There's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair. I wasn't trying to say that. I was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, they're calling you out on your bigotry towards the disabled. The differently able.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not trying to be bigoted. I was just saying, like, I'm just talking about statistics, man.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, well.
Sometimes you can't do that.
That's a good point.
Alright, so now we're trying to do that one mission that where we kept knocking the. Oh, come on!
No. That was a good joke. You gave me like a little like a little heartburn where I'm like, oh man, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Like, you're not trying to be like.
Anything that gives Alex heartburn is a good joke.
Including barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
That's a great joke.
Barbecue sauce gives you heartburn.
If I eat enough barbecue, yeah.
How much barbecue are we talking?
Like the disgusting amount.
I can just chow down on barbecue sauce.
Did you guys see that Mark Zuckerberg had barbecue sauce on his bookshelf?
Like it was a decoration.
Like it was a fucking like it was like it looked like he was using it as a book stop. Like a bookend.
I think that was his reason.
I think he's a robot.
he's reading the back of a barbecue sauce bottle.
I think that was a decoration. I think he's an alien, and he doesn't know what human culture is. So
I think he thinks it's fiction.
He flips it over, and he's like, the story of Sweet Baby Ray. At least he's got good taste in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose.
It's the best barbecue sauce you can buy at like a regular grocery store like that.
Well, at least around here.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Alabama style barbecue sauce? Like northern, there's in northern
barbecue sauce that fucks with cousins.
Oh my god.
No, it's from northern Alabama. They have a special style of barbecue sauce that is mayonnaise based.
Ew.
And it's straight up white, like it's mostly mayonnaise. Supposedly it's not bad, but like I'm just disturbed by the idea of slathering ribs in mayonnaise.
Yeah, I can't get behind that.
Sage loves mayonnaise.
Yeah, Sage just gobbles. I see him just sometimes eating mayonnaise with a spoon, like right out of the jar.
I know.
You lying Sage.
Actually, I saw him buy one of those alien egg laying like sex toys that we saw that one time, and then he just filled it with mayonnaise and was just like
chugging it?
right in his mouth. He was just like stroking the shaft and like just milking mayo down his throat, dude. He was guzzling, dude.
He was the worst thing I've ever heard.
Dude, he was guzzling it, man. It was disgusting.
Speaking of which, for anybody in the chat right now watching, check out Sage's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's called Mayonnaise and Me. I don't like mayonnaise almost at all.
I wish this cum was mayonnaise.
Oh God.
Oh, why are we so hard on Sage? I don't know. He's pretty hard on us.
I don't like mayonnaise.
Sometimes he likes to get like some like octopus and like dip it in mayonnaise and pretend that.
The only one I could ever see eating mayonnaise and octopus is you.
Oh, I'd never do that. That sounds disgusting.
I'm pretty sure you've
read that. You've read that one, yeah.
So this is the same.
Yeah, we've been in here before. This is where the Murphins are, isn't it?
Yeah, this was also
the
a mission
muffins?
that we like couldn't.
Oh right.
Quite figure out. Like we couldn't. Yeah, like we couldn't quite figure out.
Was that Pith Helmet?
Where?
Wait, what?
No, okay, that's some weird piece of shitty abstract art. I'm sorry.
Painting of a dude hunting.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, that's not what I was. Not what I was talking about. That thing. That thing.
The thing that looks like.
That thing that looked like it could have been a pith helmet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks like the pith helmet with a saw blade ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, too bad. They just do. I don't know.
I mean, I put up with a lot of gnome shit, so like I don't feel bad.
If I had a clip to your head. Oh god. Wow, that went really poorly.
All the way back.
Oh come on, really? Oh shit, wait, what?
I can screen. I might screen capture that later, just for you, Sage. I know how to do that.
Just kill me.
That way, once Sage is famous one day, you can bring that back.
Yeah, just. Sage is like some commemoration for Sage or something like that. And just play that video like, whoa, I wish this cum was mayonnaise.
It is you saying it. The video is you like actually saying that.
I can probably, okay, fine. I'll go through all the streams and I'm pretty sure I can find clips of you saying cum and mayonnaise
and just edit
it all together. Yeah.
Do it when I'm starting to sound like Joe Biden. Do it.
Okay. Right. I'm on it.
All right. I'm not 100% sure what I'm actually supposed to be doing for this mission here, because I know we went,
yeah, because we gotta do something with the furry party, but I don't remember what.
Yeah. I want to say that we had to, like, get him, like... Okay, I found something that could trick Alexis into revealing himself. I believe it was that there were, chocolate... There's like some sort of weird like chocolate beer.
Yeah, yep, there was a chocolate beer. Is that like a stout?
It would be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can do a chocolate beer in anything other than a stout or a porter, I guess.
We had some pretty crazy stuff 2 minutes in as well.
Yeah, we were talking about hydra penises.
Yeah.
Well, that's literally how it opens.
Still an unresolved question, too.
Well,
if anyone in the chat has any, knowledge on the subject of hydra penises and how many a hydra would have, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, and do 2 sprout up every time you cut one off.
Bonus fact, if you know if nine-tailed fox people in Japanese mythology also have 9 tails.
Are they fox people? I thought they were just foxes.
Are they just foxes?
They're just foxes.
I know there's also fox spirits that are like people that take the form of.
Well, that is also true, but I think those are.
Do they not have 9 tails?
Aren't there turtles?
I don't think so.
In Japan, don't they have turtles that carry like a bunch of water in their heads?
Oh,
and like kappa, yeah.
What about them?
I don't know. I just thought that was a weird idea. If the water spills out, they get like really pissed off, right?
I think they actually lose their power.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But they're really dumb. So you
Okay.
can trick them into like bowing at you, and then their water spills out of their head.
Well, I mean, that's like turkey level stupid. Like, what's the point of a creature like that?
I don't know. What's the point of anything in mythology?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, I can mark some others. I think that's what I need to do is mark these other things so that we can specifically go and do okay. I think that's what I've been missing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of meaningful story behind why the Kappa are that stupid, but just like in any mythology story, but I don't know what specifically.
Yeah, well, it's always just, some convoluted story about how, somebody did something irresponsible that you should learn a lesson from or something like that. Yeah. Mythology is really condescending, dude. It's always like, don't fuck swans, don't fuck Yeah, well, and that's basically the moral of the story, and every Zeus story is like, don't fuck this. Like,
that's because he wouldn't stop doing it.
Yeah, it's true. I'm always just like, I don't know. I don't know how ancient people felt about their gods, but like, I would lose respect for, my god pretty quickly by the 3rd barnyard animal that they had a baby with. I'd be like, I don't know anymore. Like,
when the Egyptian god of knowledge comes down, he's like, all right, you got to try this shoving stuff up your butt. It's like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, but the Egyptians viewed that as like this revelation for medical knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was in their mind was a gift to mankind.
Yeah.
Like Prometheus giving fire.
Right. I don't know how the Greeks processed the various misdeeds of Zeus, but I don't know. There must have been some sort of explanation.
Yeah.
And we don't know how much of that.
Well, the Greeks lacked inhibition.
True.
By and large.
They really did.
Yeah.
But we also don't know how much of those stories like vary based on like regional and temporal retellings. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, maybe if you were like the average Athenian, you didn't think of Zeus as like the horrifying rape god. But like,
I guess, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's hard to know without.
No, well, and your sources are always so limited.
Yeah.
Because there's only a few writers that were prominent enough that their writings were saved, long term.
Mm-hmm. And then even at the time, you had so many regional rivalries between cities that had patron gods who would be painting their rival gods in the background.
Right. Well, I always thought that was interesting about, like, the ancient Near East, is that they'd have statues of their gods, but they also believed that the statues actually contained their god. Like, the statue was the god. So that if you beat one of those cities, you could literally take their god and then just laugh at them and be like, ha ha ha, we've got your god.
That's why I fucking love the Assyrians.
Oh, the Assyrians.
Accumulated every god they could find.
Oh, the Assyrians just were so fucking rude all the time about everything. They'd be like,
Those are the transitions of our conversation.
What? Oh, yeah.
You were talking about Hydra dicks a minute ago, and now you're talking
about ancient Assyria?
Yeah. Well, but just like, it's like all this legit mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love our conversation transition. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know how our brains work sometimes, but they're all over the place.
Okay, that's true.
The Assyrians did a lot of horrible things, like the Romans and the Mongols.
Oh god,
they're pretty fucking gangsters.
Yeah, the Assyrians were the ones that that poured like molten lead into like the eyes and mouths of like all of the not royalty, but like the highest levels of like Babylonian society, right? Like they gathered them all and poured like molten lead down their faces.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
They were also known for blinding and chopping off the hands of their slaves.
Which is multi-talented.
Oh, cut the hands off their slaves.
Yeah, also blinding.
Still better than what the Ottomans were doing to their slaves, dude.
The Ottomans doing what?
The Janissaries, where they'd cut their dicks off and bury them in sand for 3 days, and if they didn't die, then they got to be slave warriors.
Yeah, shit ain't good.
No.
That's it. Thank you for saying that, T-Bone. We're multi-talented.
Yeah. Ooh.
Mostly we just know a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
I know a lot of things that wouldn't ever help me survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the apocalypse comes and we're just sitting in a cave somewhere trying to figure out how to start a fire and find things to hunt? We're like, well, at least we know about the ancient Assyrians.
Yeah. Be like, do you guys want to hear about the mating habits of giraffes? Because until we starve to death. Giraffes are goofy creatures, dude.
Giraffes are goofy creatures.
Yeah, T-Bone's right. You never know. I mean, what if in the post-apocalypse,
I have to mate with a giraffe?
What if it's a haven for giraffes? You got to farm them to survive.
Well, that's a good point. They drink each other's pee to make sure they're ovulating. Well, you know how hard it is for like the giraffes to actually like, have sex. No, in order for them to have sex, so they need to be sure it's worth it. Because, do you imagine? Because like think about the giraffe, how awkwardly shaped a giraffe is to have to mount another giraffe. The odds of you falling backwards are so high, and the chances of you getting up as a giraffe on its back are so low.
You think there's some of the long-necked dinosaurs had that problem too?
I do wonder about that, like a brontosaurus and brachiosaurus. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
Isn't brontosaurus a dead taxo now?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it might be.
You're probably right.
Or was that the one that came back? I know both brontosaurus and apatosaurus were turned into dead taxos because they turned out to be fossils of many different other species.
Oh, okay.
Squished into one genus. But I think one of them came back, and I don't remember which one it was.
Okay, I'm not sure.
World of paleontology can be confusing.
Yeah, I always just think of all of the long-necked land-roaming ones as brontosaurus, but I know that's not right.
Right. Varies depending on time.
Right.
But Brachiosaurus, that one was.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, dang, if you fell on your back as one of those things, your day was over. There's no there's no life alert in the Paleolithic era. And there's no oh, we're falling.
Oh man, where was that Land Before Time sequel? The Land Before Life Alert.
Do you remember that Life Alert commercial where they tried to turn them into like horror movies for a little while?
Vaguely.
Did I ever show you that one?
Yeah.
Where the commercial was at like the top of the stairs and it's like help, help, help. It's like this woman is like broke her leg at the bottom of the stairs and like clearly nobody's coming to help and she's gonna die at the bottom of the stairs. That'd be pretty good with the dinosaur. I'd laugh. Is that like the bottom of a cliff, like Mufasa? But like,
even better if he's just lying there, like stood up and just like screaming, and you can see the meteor coming for him.
Just help!
It's during the meteor.
It's like you're fucked, old man. We're all leaving. Well, what's horrible? The dinosaur? Oh.
Or the Life Alert commercial.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, that Life Alert commercial was horrible. That was mean. That was mean to those old people.
But if it was a dinosaur, then it would be funny.
It would be funny.
Yeah, it'd be funny if it was a dinosaur. Like, I don't have sympathy for dinosaurs. They're not people.
I mean, they also haven't existed for how long?
Yeah.
65 million years?
Yeah.
No.
Unless you count birds. In which case they still exist.
Birds do not count as dinosaurs.
Cassowaries do.
Cassowary maybe. I might give you the crocodile, but like otherwise.
Crocodiles are more distant related to dinosaurs than birds.
Are interesting. Okay.
I mean that's why prehistoric dinosaurs are often referred to as non-avian dinosaurs.
I don't like when they put the feathers on the dinosaurs. I don't care if that's accurate. That's just upsetting.
Our books will have them.
You don't like a T-Rex and chicken feathers?
No. Just really, because when you look at the T-Rex without the feathers, and then you think about that it had feathers, you're like, damn, that thing really did look like a chicken. Like it has the body shape of a chicken. You just don't think about it because it doesn't have feathers.
Chicken with a tail, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, what I want to do is do some Jurassic Park shit where you clone like a T-Rex, right? And then just put it next to a chicken.
Okay.
It's gotta be like, would the chicken be looking at that and be like, man, where did I fuck up?
Or you should get the T-Rex egg and then try to have a chicken incubate it.
Ooh, so it imprints on the chicken?
Yeah, so it imprints on the chicken, and then just you see a T-Rex trying to get in the coop, just like yeah. All the chickens are like, it'd be like one of those Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer kind of things where everyone's just like making fun of the T-Rex and be like, you're not a real chicken. What's wrong with you? My mom said I'll shrink when I grow up.
I'll shrink when I grow up.
Aw, that would be...
I'm going to have the T-Rex guiding Santa's sleigh by the end of the movie.
I'm sad to say it, but like... We could half-ass shit out a children's book with that as the premise and probably make good money. Good money.
Yeah, should we do that?
Yeah, if it was like what we call it, like Big Chicken. I bet if we called it Big Chicken, people would love it. Just the dinosaur on there.
Versus Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I mean, we already have porcelain pigs.
Yeah, the enchanting porcelain pigs from the Age of Enlightenment.
Yeah?
Oh, God damn it.
No, but I'm just saying you would not have to do a very good job writing that. You would not have to do a very good job illustrating that, and people would eat that up. They'd be like, my kid would love a story about a dinosaur that thinks he's a chicken. Like,
well, I mean, it's just the fact that kids love dinosaurs.
Kids do love dinosaurs.
That hasn't changed.
And that means we can make money.
Yep.
Which is literally the pitch meeting for Jurassic Park.
You're right.
Yeah.
Especially Jurassic World.
Jurassic World or The Lost World.
Oh, God.
Yeah, even the second, I mean, Jurassic Park has been sucking ever since 2.
The first movie is good Jurassic.
I just don't understand.
Even that comes with a lot of asterisks.
I just don't understand why you would work so hard to establish a plausible reason for there to be dinosaurs in the modern day, and then do a sequel and be like, actually, the dinosaurs have been hiding on this island the entire time. What a crazy coincidence that we brought back that.
I thought it was that they had cloned the dinosaurs on this other island and had it as like a breeding ground for the actual tourist attraction island.
The Lost World was was legitimate, almost trying to do a King Kong type vibe thing, wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought the dinosaur to the fucking city, dude.
Oh, I know that, but I didn't know it was that they just
but it was like the plot was that it was like the King Kong Island or whatever, where the dinosaurs had survived the apocalypse on that island the whole time.
That is mind-numbingly stupid.
Yeah, why would you already invent this genetic explanation for why the dinosaurs?
I sworn it was because.
Was it that they? I don't know, man.
I haven't seen Lost World in a very long time, to be fair.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering the movie, but I could swear they were like, wow, these dinosaurs have been here for 65 million years.
Jesus, that would be bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't see me.
But then again, I mean, Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I haven't watched the sequels in a very, very long time.
Well, there's no point in watching the sequels.
Nope.
I mean, I do like that first movie, but it's not a problem.
Yeah, it does.
Especially with what we know about science, now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it, there's some stuff where...
There was some stuff that was dumb, even scientifically back then.
Even then, yeah.
The whole cloning them from frogs or whatever. It's frogs have nothing to do genetically with dinosaurs. You could just as easily clone a person from a frog as a dinosaur. AKA, you can't.
Right.
Yeah. Get him.
Nice.
Sweet.
You didn't need that head anyway.
He wasn't using it. About Chris Pratt voicing Garfield.
Oh no!
I did.
Oh man,
I don't like that.
Bill Murray couldn't even make that work.
I don't think you can do a Garfield movie without it being cancer.
Well, I mean, Garfield in general, like 3 panels of Garfield is about as much as the average person can take in one sitting, dude.
Have you ever seen? There's a great comic that he made, Garfield without Garfield. Where they just take an average Garfield comic and they just Photoshop Garfield himself out and they remove his dialogue. Right?
Okay.
And it's usually just John just talking to himself looking like a crazy man.
Okay.
And it's actually way funnier than actual Garfield.
I bet. Yeah, the worst thing about Garfield is Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield is a piece of shit.
Yeah. But hey, he doesn't like Mondays. So relatable, right?
I mean, but you can only milk. You can only milk a love of lasagna and a hatred of Mondays for so long.
That's true. Okay, so are these good?
Chris Pratt's voicing Garfield.
Yeah, Mario and Garfield, man.
He's voicing Mario.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
No, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, that was blew up a month ago.
Oh my god.
Why?
They're making another Super Mario Bros. Movie?
It's gonna be an animated one, but
okay,
I mean...
Well, the animated one wasn't very good either. It wasn't as bad as the live action one, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be other... Yeah. Okay. I think these are good.
Do you guys remember what the Goombas look like in that live action Super Mario movie?
Horrifying.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That also sounds like cultural appropriation. Pratt is not a very Italian last name. How do you feel about that, Sage?
I don't give 2 fucks.
You don't give 2 fucks?
No.
You don't think it's important that an Italian plays Mario?
No.
Really?
I don't care.
Really?
I don't care.
Really?
I truly do
really?
not care.
Really? The most important Italian on earth.
What?
The most.
Mario.
I think considering him the most important on it's more racially insensitive than who was playing the voice of that character.
I'm just saying, like, who will young Italians look up to if Mario isn't even Italian, you know?
I don't know, Mussolini?
Yeah, what if they fall into Mussolini worship?
I don't think I'm worried about that happening.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, man. He's like their Uncle Sam over there, dude.
Who's what?
Mario.
Mario wants you?
Yeah.
Are there?
Yeah, it is. It's like, you know, that's how they for a long time, you know.
Mario wants you to make the spaghetti.
Well, I mean, it can't be that long of a time because Mario hasn't existed as a character for that long.
Since the 80s. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with that lie. Like,
all right. You're committing to your falsehood.
Yeah.
That's admirable.
Well, I mean,
Never
admit you're wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we actually did it successfully that time.
Now we just need to get out.
Yep.
Fast way out, huh? What, suicide?
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the game was making that, making a joke about that at you. Trying to trick you into
just running off a cliff or something.
Ooh, you didn't see me.
That sounds like something a Dark Souls player would do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, so many of those messages in the game are all, like, half of them are all just like, jump here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really care about Garfield.
I mean, yeah, I guess my thing is like...
I'm a little upset about Mario, dude.
Yeah.
On behalf of your community, Sage.
Yeah, my community. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. I don't like
on behalf of all the Fredos out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, watch out, Chris Cuomo's gonna get mad.
Hey, why you making Mario look like a fucking Fredo, man? You Fredo motherfucker playing Mario? Like...
Fuck both the Cuomos.
Yeah, they're awful.
I'm still a Cuomo-sexual. Fuck you guys.
Well,
no, you're not.
Speaking of Cuomo-sexuals, I heard that he got formally charged with, or maybe there's like a formal motion to have him charged with sexual harassment, I think.
Chris or Andrew?
Andrew, I think.
Oh, yeah, Andrew. Andrew did that shit.
Yeah, well, they both. Come on, they both did.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Probably.
We've heard there's been stuff about both of them.
Yeah.
Day's almost up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just it is what
More
it is.
has come
Yeah.
out about Andrew.
Am I gonna die now? Or is it like
That's
a
true.
dream?
That is true.
Ooh, fuck, I hope.
It's mind-blowing to me that Andrew Cuomo is no longer the governor of New York, but freaking Matt Gaetz has Venmo transactions for his transgressions.
Oh, and then he's not in prison.
Yeah, but he's not in prison.
Ugh, I know.
Or at least not in Congress anymore.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, the fact that people still defend that guy is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I don't...
He always struck me as one of the biggest political grifters in, like, even for the fact that, like, obviously he's like this MAGA guy or whatever. He just seems like a grifter that, like, just, I can't understand why anybody would take him seriously. But
People love grifters these days.
yeah,
It's true.
well, people like being told what they want to hear.
People always like that.
Yeah, but there's big money in it now. Just go on the internet and tell people, you know, lies that they want to hear.
Well, the internet has just become such a toxic shithole as far as
know.
information goes.
Well, sometimes I think about just starting to lie to people for money, but like, I don't know.
You still have somewhat of a concept.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels wrong, but it does seem profitable.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that you can't bring yourself to do it, you know.
Yep. Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I'll get there. You know, I'm approaching moral bankruptcy at this point.
Are you? Just give up on everything. I mean, people aren't making it hard to want to do that.
Well, I mean, like, how am I supposed to have any standards when, like,
right?
When no one else,
when nobody else has standards?
No one else. Yeah. Yeah. No,
You just have to be the light in the darkness, Alex.
Well, no, I don't like the sound of that. If we're at the point where people are looking to me
for
to be like
guidance.
the moral compass,
Yeah, man.
dude, society is fucked, dude. I'm not saying I'm a bad guy, but like I shouldn't be making like the moral judgments around here.
I mean, shit, I think you do a better job than people in power right now.
Yeah, that's probably a good point.
Regardless of what you think.
Oh, what did I think I saved some articles like I've been trying to do lately for the stream.
What you got?
I don't know, let me check. Let me check. Oh yeah, I saw this the other day. This was amazing.
Alright, lay it on us. What horrible shit is going on?
Wife convinced husband he had Alzheimer's so she could steal $600,000 from him, police say.
How do you convince someone they have Alzheimer's?
Well, apparently this guy's mom had Alzheimer's, and his greatest fear was having Alzheimer's.
Oh, wow, she really played on that, huh?
Yeah, she really
Goddamn.
and so she like forged his signature on checks and like the social security checks.
Then when he asked what it was for, and she'd be like, "Oh, you don't remember?"
Yeah, and she'd be like, "You forgot about it," and then she, I guess his mom went crazy and would like tear up the mail. So then she told him that he was tearing up mail, so she had to get the mail at like a PO box so she could keep all like the notices of like bankruptcy and everything. What?
His mom.
No, the mom was dead.
Oh, okay.
This guy was like 60 or something, but his wife, yeah, she robbed him for $600,000, and he only ended up finding out because the daughter found out that his credit score was just absolutely shot out of nowhere, and so apparently what the daughter said is that like he was just completely devastated, you know, obviously because he'd been living for the last 20 years thinking he had Alzheimer's, and then he had forgotten about the doctor's appointment where the doctor told him, like, she just gaslit him so hard. So he was like, she said that what he said was like, so I don't have Alzheimer's, and the daughter was like, no, you don't have Alzheimer's. He's like, am I really broke? And she was like, yeah, you're broke. And then he just cried, and I was like, damn, man, that would be fucking rough. That would be horrible, man. Just wrong.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's about the sleaziest. Yeah, I know, it's sad.
Alright, well, I wasn't that close to that.
I think you're also getting shot at.
Oh, am I? Oh, hey, Cal, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Cal used to work at GameStop with me way back in the day.
Oh, nice.
This is Deathloop, Cal. And we are just kind of fumbling our way around and having...
And we're dead.
And we're dead. Right as I... Yep.
I'm gonna...
You're just having horrible conversations.
You guys remember that movie Memento?
Yeah.
Where like he would write all over himself and shit like that and have all these messages. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna get a tattoo on like the inside of my wrist that says, "Don't listen to them. You don't have Alzheimer's." And so even if I have Alzheimer's, I won't fall for it.
Oh shit, Juliana's telling.
Oh shit.
It's like, I know you're fucking lying to me.
Right.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
He's got your number.
Oh wait, that's just my phone. Wow. Alright, that's not where we want to go.
I'm enjoying this weird vehicle graveyard here.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Oh wow, I was probably supposed to go like way
Looks like a
underground.
nice vacation spot.
Ooh, okay, hold on.
This actually can be multiplayer.
Yeah, the only way that this game does do multiplayer is it's kind of like Dark Souls, where you invade someone's game.
I think in this case we are being invaded by someone. But,
yeah, someone. I think someone did invade.
But usually it's single player, at least for us. So far.
Somebody invaded our loop.
Yeah. Did you say Kursk?
Yeah.
Did they leave all that shit lying around there?
Oh yeah, if you go to Kursk now, there's nothing but, well, it's mostly tanks, but yeah, there's nothing but destroyed tanks
I would
just
have
in the
assumed they would have
field.
cleaned that up, used it for scrap.
I'm sure the locals have been raiding it for scrap for a long time, but no, there's still tons of tanks.
Really?
Yep.
What are you thinking? You going to get a tank?
Shit, why not?
Just the way you said "really" there, I'm like, pretty sure I know what you're thinking.
Free tanks. What can you do? To be fair, the only reason I've ever wanted to go to Russia was to go to the tank museum next to Beta. That's where they got all the weird.
And I'm blue.
Okay.
That's where they got some of those strange, prototype tanks. From stuff like that. They got the fucking mouse there that piece of shit the Germans made. I think they have a replica, not the actual version, of the World War I Russian concept for a tank, which is like the giant tricycle.
Oh, nice. I kind of want to go to the Hermitage.
Yeah.
That museum in St. Petersburg seems pretty impressive. They have the replica of the Amber Room, which yeah, it's crazy that entire room disappeared. But the Nazis didn't store things very responsibly.
No, they did not. Not responsible people.
No.
And yeah, Cal, no, this is a super interesting game.
Really weird.
It was super weird, surprisingly funny, really good writing. But you're trapped in a time loop created by a bunch of mad scientists to create an infinite party.
And you have amnesia.
And we have amnesia, and we were used to be the head of security for the time loop island. Finds the super cerebral games. I just honestly try and play every big thing that comes out. Honestly,
mostly you try to play anything that's good.
Well, yeah, I just try to play every good thing.
I wanted to play the dodgeball game.
I'm not saying that it's not good. I'm saying I don't have an interest in
Knockout City. I want to play dodgeball, Sage.
We still got to go on Dreams to find all those Gnomes games.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
No, we don't.
We're gonna do a ton of that.
No,
oh my god, so many.
Don't.
So many.
No, really cerebral gnome games?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, cerebral gnome games.
About what? What kind of existential life lessons am I gonna get from gnomes?
Are those many? No, they're people, but everybody has weird body paint on.
I don't know. Alex, you might learn something that could change your life.
About gnomes?
Or from gnomes.
I could learn something that would change my life from gnomes. I don't think so, Ulysses.
You haven't given it a try.
Yeah.
Give gnomes a fair shake.
I've considered the merits of gnomes way more than you have.
Have you? You've mostly considered the demerits of gnomes.
Well, in the pursuit of merits, I've only ever come up with demerits. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's fun. To even go around and not interrupt the music.
What's that say?
Igor
is an idiot. Nice.
Apparently.
His name's Igor. It's probably not a good sign.
Ooh, what kind of game console? Super honorables?
I can't read that.
What the fuck does that say?
It's either honorables or hoverables.
Yeah, no, it's honorables. Super honorables too.
Too fucking cold.
I hear that. Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota.
Yeah, it's just Minnesota. Okay, and there's guys over here too.
Well, nothing's been as Minnesota as Ratchet and Clank yet, so.
That's true, that planet.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe that any sci-fi series would make a planet.
Yeah, an entire planet of creatures with that accent.
Got another Giuliano after you.
Oh shit. Yep, she locked us in.
Yep. Wonder if it's the same person before us.
Oh, yep, there she is.
Yep. Hope she can't find you. Well, you don't really have a good pool of health. Oh, you're fucking.
Oh, and then the last thing about that. Oh, interesting.
Weird.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. We should mash a few clips together so it sounds like Alex saying it. Like, yeah, fuck you, Alex. That's what I'll do to you.
No, don't do that. I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No. Oh, and then the one other thing in this Alzheimer's story is, in her defense, the wife said that she often used the money to help other family members with rent, groceries, and car payments. So she's like, I was doing good stuff with the money.
Oh my god.
Sorry, but it doesn't matter how you use the money. If you stole it from someone.
And by convincing them they had Alzheimer's.
Not Robin Hood.
Could you imagine that? Rob from the forgetful. Yeah, take from the forgetful and give to the poor.
2576. I bet that's a something.
Yeah. That's that kind of stuff that like gives me like relationship anxiety.
What?
Yeah.
2576?
No, somebody telling me I had fucking Alzheimer's and shit.
What's Gravy up to?
Get off the table. Cat off the table. Cat off the table. Yeah, you know better.
Yeah, cats know these things, but they refuse
You
to
just don't care.
Yeah.
You snitched on Gravy.
Hell yeah, I do.
It's not cool to snitch, Ulysses. Don't you know the code of the streets?
Yeah, fuck that shit. I mean, Gravy used to chase my cat around all the time, so I gotta stand by my family.
The family. The cat bro.
Not all blood is family. Not all family is blood.
Keep looking.
Oh wait, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Pills?
Pills. Pills are always the answer.
I got a side effect from this pill I'm taking, so they gave me another pill.
And how out of it are these people? I hope I find a hallucination.
How do you find a hallucination?
I don't know, but now I'm interested in
Apparently someone's gonna do it though.
Sounds exciting.
Like-
Sounds like an adventure I want to go on.
chasing the dragon, isn't it?
Ooh. But can you ever catch the dragon?
I don't know.
Puff the magic dragon. Something was really wrong with the 60s.
A lot of things were wrong in the 60s, and
People were
I think
weird.
They changed this by decade.
Well, that's true. Some of the weird kind of like childish folk songs about drugs are interesting.
Yeah.
Remember, HR, Puff and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'll be there when things get rough.
And they were right.
And I'm always there if you can't get enough.
Except they got the initials wrong. It's MJ Puff and stuff.
Right. Well, you know that in that show, in HR Puff and stuff, the main character had like a magic flute that took him to this fantasy world. whenever he like blew it or whatever.
Just like, woo, I'm playing my flute.
Yeah, with all those weird cartoons in the 80s.
I'm on the bubble. Yeah. Yeah, the 80s were weird for cartoons. Not really drug cartoons, since, Reagan.
There were a lot of anti-drug cartoons.
Yeah, Reagan was like, no.
Yeah, Reagan did
just
not like...
say no. Even though his wife was a raging alcoholic, but, whatever.
Alcohol is fine.
Yeah, alcoholism's okay.
Alcohol's not a drug.
Alcohol is
You can't
a...
get addicted to alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
People ever had a drink?
And even if you did, it's not like anyone who drank too much alcohol ever did anything bad.
Yeah. Destroying your body with alcohol is the American way.
Yeah, drunk driving, that's if you don't do that, then
That's
you're
a pastime.
communist.
Fuck
Oh, I saw.
it's drunk driving.
So they've got that Virginia election going on, and apparently one of the candidates for like a House of Delegates, like your basic state Congress house, so not important seats or anything, but he got arrested because he was drunk, and he was driving with a suspended license because he had a DUI, and what he was doing was he was drunkenly driving around and ripping the signs for the other candidate out of people's yards. So that's when the cops came, and he was just wasted off his ass and had a suspended license, and they're like, all right, you're going to jail.
That guy's going to win the election, probably.
Yeah, probably. I mean...
Giving people what they want.
No. That's what we need more of that in politics.
Do we?
Yeah. I always like a good political scandal where like it's drugs and like prostitutes in a hotel room.
I mean, Hunter Biden does that like 7 times a day.
Or getting blown in the Minneapolis bathroom, airport bathroom.
I remember that.
As the supposedly very conservative senator from Idaho.
The very anti-gay rights senator who's
every anti-gay rights senator ends up being caught like fucking another dude in a car.
Well, like how there's only a normal level of like, I mean, nobody should be anti-gay, but there's only like so anti-gay you can be before it's weird and like it says something more about like why you're anti-gay.
The people that are anti-gay are gay.
Yeah.
But they decide instead of admitting anything about themselves, they're just like, oh, I'll just be mean to other gay people.
Well,
and
it's like
somehow that'll make me feel better about it.
Well, it's like well, if somebody's just like, well, it's against my religion or whatever, it's like, okay, well, your religion's weird, but like, fine. But if you're out there ranting about gay people all the time, it's like, dude, why are they on your mind so much? Like,
I mean, again, we know why.
Yeah, we do.
Then you also have those people who, you know, they do that like gay conversion therapy type stuff that just fucks them up mentally.
Yeah, because electroshock therapy is not the way to deal with your love of penis, man. Like, I mean, it's fine. Like, would you really rather give yourself brain damage than just admit that you're gay?
Some people would take it that far.
Yeah, I suppose.
People do.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is a lot of times they're not the ones who just make the decision.
Right. Well, and you can't deny the amount of peer pressure there is on people, like, who are in communities where it's not accepted at all, and then it's like, okay, well, to, like, admit that to myself is to live a lie or be ostracized. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying coming out of the closet is easy, but...
But, like, why take it out on others?
Why take it out on people who are out of jealousy, I guess, maybe? Yeah.
They hate the people that can't accept it and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Brainwashing.
I mean, like, a decent amount of time, I would prefer to be gay. I rarely have miscommunications with other men. Yeah, sometimes I don't communicate the best with women, I guess. Or at least messages get crossed. Where it's like, no, that's not what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
How did you say these things?
I mean, like, it's hard to come up with, like, specific examples, but, like, you know, you ever give somebody, like... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's natural selection at its best, I guess. No, but you ever say something and you think you said the right thing, or you said something nice, and then like then it came out insulting, and then like you don't know how to like backtrack from that. I do that.
I've had that experience before.
Yeah. But I've never had that experience.
Well, checking the bars to like
no, not like strangers. I'm smart enough not to do that with like strangers, but like sometimes, you know. I don't know. I mean, that's never happened with me and Sage, though. I've never...
Well, that's because you two are true love.
Yeah, and I've never complimented him even one time.
I mean, yeah, that would do it. That would do it. Asshole. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, he never notices what I do for him.
Yeah, man, you guys have been together since high school.
Yeah, since, what was that, freshman year?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You both looked at each other and went, "Yeah, this is who I'm going to spend my life with."
That's
You
balls.
got all the lube all over your shoes.
Yeah, that's balls deep in the annals of history, dude. The anus of history. Oh, I gotta treat Sage better.
Yeah, man, you don't like take him out and all.
Okay, I'm sorry, T-Bone. Can you like recommend a counselor or something? I'm ready. I'm ready to make this work.
You remember getting lube all over your shoe, though.
I do. That's when I learned that, like, down by the river, homeless people, they have sex. And if you're going to be picking up litter, you're going to be picking up jumbo-sized, generic Target brand bottles of lubricant that might drip on your shoes. And it's not lotion. It's for your butthole. And or vagina. I mean, like, you know, wherever lube is needed.
Yeah. The most awkward pause I think we've ever had.
I mean, I'm trying to come up with other places you could use lube. Like, I threw those shoes away. Yeah, you never know.
Our school did make us go clean up down by the river, Mississippi River, and that's just what was there.
Yep, I picked it up expecting it to be like lotion or something, and then it dripped, and then it was just fucking Target Bullseye personal lubricant. Because we did like a thing that was called Service Week or whatever, where we were supposed to
clean up the community. It wasn't specifically around picking up lube. It was to pick up any trash that was in parks or down by
or people would go and volunteer at like nonprofits and stuff like that. You could
charitable.
You could mix rice and beans for kids in the third world. And like, I don't know, there are several things you could do, I guess. Yeah.
To be honest, as a program, it wasn't that bad.
No, I mean, like, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe we had a positive impact.
We made it cleaner for the next time homeless people fucked in that spot.
I mean, I'm assuming I made somebody go. I
mean, for the rest of us, it wasn't. I mean, I don't know.
It only happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can only assume that some homeless guy had to go buy another bottle of lube, so I probably ruined his day.
How full was it?
Enough to drip on my shoe. There was also a couch down by the river, which
you know what that was.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, yeah, I think the lubricant was tangential to the couch.
Shit.
The words in there.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
Come on, Juliana.
Hey, Stomachers.
Hey.
Still alive, though.
No. I didn't know she's done. Oh, no, she's still up. Okay.
There we go.
Good job.
Residuum.
Upgrade center. Arsenal. Alright.
That particular Juliana did not pick the best weapon for the job.
No, not at all.
I did appreciate that because there were a lot of used condoms and stuff down there too. I did appreciate watching our teachers be like, oh, because they were just
so
like,
awkward.
they really hadn't thought about the possibility of that being down by the river, along with bottles of liquor and all the things that obviously are down by the river.
You think as an adult you should be aware of that,
Yeah, I don't know. Some of our teachers, that seemed like
they
might have been their
smart.
weekend plans.
Yeah.
We didn't go to a school with very intelligent teachers, though.
No,
just in general.
That's why we're so well educated.
Yeah. I'm really not, actually.
No, neither am I, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't even know what country I'm in.
Yeah.
I can't read. I've just been pretending this entire time. Teaching as a weekend plan.
Oh, no, I meant going down by the river and having anonymous sex on weird couches. No, teaching was their job. But they half-assed it for sure.
Yeah, they were bad at it. They were really bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where is this? Where's my feet? Like,
Yeah, dang. Sage,
up
what,
somehow.
so how long have we known each other now? What was the freshman year, like
Yeah, I think
2009? 2009?
It's been like 12
So it's
years.
like 12 years?
Maybe 2000. Was it 2009 or 8?
Maybe it was the year of 2008, 2009, yeah.
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 But it was we
Crazy,
became
yeah.
friends on the service week that you got the lube on your shoe. That was like a bonding moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just nobody else appreciated, you know, the disgustingness of the whole situation.
No one else realized how funny
That was, yeah.
that happened. Ooh.
Yeah. And so I put the lube in my pocket, and me and Sage, you know, hung out that night.
Is that gonna go flying?
Nice.
Yes, he did.
Oh, that was good shit. Was that a leprechaun mime?
It's what it looked like.
I don't like mimes.
Yeah, like
No.
What's wrong with
Mimes.
mime?
You know, I don't
kind
know.
of look
I
like
just,
they're always up to something. I mean, I will say
yeah,
that.
right. Well, I'm like, how are you supposed to know if a mime is in duress?
I don't know.
No, she has no idea.
I think she has an idea. Alex, what are your thoughts on gnomes that are also mine?
Gnomes, but are also mine.
I mean, it's not an improvement. Don't know. At least, well, I don't know. Maybe like, I mean, like then at least the gnome would be quiet.
Is your problem with gnomes that they talk too much?
Their voices are annoying in everything I've ever seen them in. And everything I've ever seen with a gnome in it, their voices are just grating and high pitched and unpleasant. Like,
What
so,
do they sound like? Give me an example.
like, oh, hi, I'm a gnome. Oh, I live underground, and I'm just a piece of shit. just a piece of shit, tunnel dwelling piece of shit with a tiny little dumbass head.
You sound like Mickey Mouse.
Oh, oh. I mean, my high-pitched voice is the Mickey Mouse impression.
Don't worry, we're going to use the first part of that clip.
No.
Save that clip.
The one where it's like, hi, I'm a gnome and I'm a piece of shit.
T-Bone asked, what if you see a hot gnome?
Yeah, what is your idea of a hot gnome?
I don't think the bone structure of a gnome lends itself to anything I consider attractive. No. They're like frumpy and compact.
What about like the old man beard and like the pointy hat?
No, no, like those aren't things that I'm into.
But like the pointy hat is a clear indication of a certain part of their anatomy that you might appreciate.
Parts of anatomy that I appreciate?
Yeah.
Hips, thighs.
No, dick.
Oh.
You take the gnome's hat off and there's a dick under there.
That is where their penises are.
I don't. You guys just made that up because you knew it'd anger me. I've never read that anywhere.
Well, I'll send you an article tonight.
Okay.
You can read that.
Okay, alright. Some shit that you're gonna write on Urban Dictionary tonight. just Ulysses editing Wikipedia gnome hat.
It's to hide their giant dicks.
Where is this thing? I'm having a hard time actually finding this.
And then if you part their beard, there's a vagina, like under their mouth.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. If that's true, I mean, gnomes are just disgusting creatures all around, you know?
What
like
about David Gnome? He doesn't have a high-pitched voice.
What did David Gnome sound like? He had kind of a high-pitched voice. Not as high-pitched as what I was doing, but one of those kind of squeaky, like, voices they always do for, like, diminutive characters, you know?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what if, like, a gnome had a voice like Gimli?
Well, see, that's what's good about dwarves, is the dwarves, you know, actually sound tough. And, like...
So, if a gnome sounded tough, then you'd like it.
Would it even be a gnome anymore?
Well, yeah, it would still have the hat, and they could make it around in gardens, so it would sound tough.
No, it's the whole aesthetic of the gnome. The voice is just one part. The outfit sucks. Like, they never have any good powers or anything like that. Like...
Okay.
They're not even, like, especially known for anything good. Like, you know, at least, like, dwarves, they mine. Like, they've got sick axes.
That's cool.
What?
They make up Balrogs, that's cool.
Yeah. They've got, like, crazy axes.
You gotta hack it.
Well, I try not to hate anything unless I feel like I've got a really good grasp of the concept. Like, I feel like it's wrong to hate something on, like, you know, half-decent information, yeah.
But I don't know, I'm not sure you have full information on those. I think you're leaving a lot of gnomes out. So.
Am I?
Yeah, I can't
like what?
Reports on those, but I think you're already biased.
Because I'm biased?
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't put me on a jury for a gnome, that's for sure. Like, that would be an automatic no-go. Like, they'd be like, this guy has a history of...
Gnome prejudice?
Yeah, anti-gnomism or something, just like...
I mean, I hacked it.
Wait, go up to the panel. Oh, you got the wires.
You're cutting them off. That is the answer. Yep, anti-gnomism.
Yeah, I have to... And it already started doing some shit before I even actually, like, got to it, so maybe I have to do all that without being noticed.
Huh.
And then maybe that.
Implosion imminent. Yep.
Yeah, alright, so...
Oh, well.
Yeah. So I think what I have to do is sneak down all the way to this area without, like, engaging in combat at all. Then hacking it. That's also a possibility. That is very much a possibility.
So what is it called when you don't like gnomes? Is there what would you use? Yeah, what term would you use for that?
I don't have a good one for that.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything.
I'm coming up blank on the nomenclature, dude.
That's good.
That was good.
That's great.
I wish Michael was here for that.
Yeah, why?
Oh, it was mostly because we were making him rage about puns earlier.
Yeah, I think we figured out that Michael hates puns as much as you hate gnomes.
Oh, nice. I'm going to go in hard on those puns then.
Cool.
I mean, I also think puns are the lowest form of comedy, but I mean, like, whatever.
If Michael hates them, though, you'll really
Well, I need to get on Michael about something, man.
Yeah?
Because he still tries to convince me that people associate the moon more with the day than the night. Shit pisses me off. I'm just like...
Well, you know, in this study, we told people that there was no more sun. And they said that they associated the moon more with the day than the night. Just skew the results, you know.
If there was no sun and you could always see the moon, would you associate the moon more with the time when you were awake or asleep?
Michael says some funny shit.
Yes, he does. When he's high, he's just speaking gibberish.
Well, then there's the time where he's talking about doing a study where he'd bring people into your apartment and have you be watched by random people when the dog looked at you. And, like, I don't remember what we're supposed to do there.
Are you talking about when he was saying, like, he was asking me, like, if I thought that my dick fell out of my boxers when I rolled over when I was sleeping? And I said, no. And he said, how do you know? And I said, because when I wake up, my dick's still in my boxers. And then he said, how do you know I don't put it back in there? And then I was like, what?
And then a different one.
Oh, okay.
He was talking about how one of the things his dogs would look at you in a certain way. And so he wanted to bring people in to evaluate how the dog looks at you when you're in your bed.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't make any sense. You'd have to.
Yeah.
What is this conversation?
There was also that one time where he was wondering how many people would have to be in a room before a dog was overwhelmed and couldn't keep track of everyone anymore.
Yeah.
So he wanted to like have it increase, like people walk into a room one at a time until it like overwhelmed the dog's sense of like space, and then wanted to have everybody leave until the dog could realize how many people were in the room again.
Problem, of course, is only using one dog. In order to do shit like that, you need a bunch of different dogs.
Yeah, you need a placebo dog.
Yeah.
Might have banned.
Placebo dog.
That'd be a great like name for like a rapper or something.
That's funny.
Yo, man, you thought you were high the whole time, but it was just a placebo dog.
Art juice? What the hell is art juice?
Need art juice. Paint, I'm assuming.
Huh.
There's gotta be paint,
okay.
right?
Could be mayonnaise.
I once watched a woman eat like a tub of mayonnaise with her bare hands on the bus.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, she's just scooping her hand in there. Yeah, that was on the city bus.
I don't like that.
That's the full breakfast right there.
Oh, Sage, do you ever like when you get down to about a quarter jar of mayonnaise? You know, after about a week.
I don't keep mayonnaise.
But when you get down to about that quarter thing of mayonnaise, do you like fill the jar up with water and shake it until it's like a
watered down mayonnaise?
Like a watered down mayonnaise you can eat your cereal with?
Ooh.
I don't know whether that sounds better or worse than regular mayonnaise. I already don't like
with
mayonnaise.
Your Reese's Puffs, dude.
That's,
peanut butter chocolate mayonnaise flavor.
You imagine if they made candies with a little mayonnaise center?
Ooh, like a Rolo, but with mayonnaise.
Oh my god. That's the worst. That's the worst. No, that's the worst I've ever heard.
You want to try that?
No, I don't want to try that.
You don't want to bite into a Hellman's cream egg?
That's gross.
Oh god, I hope not.
What about like a mixed drink but with mayonnaise?
Ooh, like a White Russian but with mayonnaise.
Yeah. Chug that shit.
Yeah, vodka and mayonnaise.
I don't want to.
Sage, would you do a line of mayonnaise?
How would that even be snorted off?
Yeah, snort it up your nose, man.
Oh, at least you wouldn't have to taste it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to smell it pretty well.
What?
I think you get nicer with that, maybe. You can't measure that. What about the reactor, though?
Yeah, I'm just kind of fine.
Shot at.
Shit! Gotta reload!
I believe the crap behind makes the reactor out.
I'm not sure if you can even turn the reactor.
What are you supposed to do?
Would you guys come to my store called Condoms, Mints, and Condiments? We just sell condoms, mints, and ketchup and shit. For the bedroom. Like if you guys don't like chocolate syrup, but you want to get a little crazy with like the relish or something like that.
There are people who do that.
Oh my god, could you imagine just getting a bottle of relish and just squeezing it all over somebody?
That's awesome. A little crazy with the rest.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think as soon as I think you got to do this first. I really think you have to. I could not figure out where the hell this thing
Say about
is.
lubricating the shaft.
I didn't.
That was in the objective menu.
Oh.
Yeah, Sage. God. No wonder you keep going in dry.
Hey, you weren't. Beat me to it.
No. We run a classy stream here.
Very classy. Yeah, no, so classy.
Yeah, you can tell that we really care about, having a very polished image.
Yeah, that's the whole island, so. So much class.
Oh no.
So much class.
The reactor took out Fraggle Rock.
What? All those Muppets, dude.
Those pilgrims landed at Fraggle Rock.
Oh, man.
Alright, I'm going to try a different mission because I feel like I'm running into a wall on this one.
That's fair.
What's Jim Henson up to, dude?
Dead.
Yeah, I was about to say, is he still alive?
For a while.
Yeah, well, that's too bad.
Yeah, he's
Do you
been...
think they can make his corpse into a Muppet?
Oh, God.
Would that be insulting or would that be an honor?
An homage.
Yeah.
I wonder what that says about me.
I mean, you gotta be more normal than us. I'm pretty sure.
Perhaps we're just corrupting you.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I do feel like we're
maybe you're
very
getting worse.
bad influence on people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a bad influence.
No?
You don't think so?
No?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I
like,
disagree with that.
why? Have I been a bad influence on you, Ulysses?
Yeah, you're always showing us weird, horrible shit.
Not as much anymore.
Yeah.
But at one point,
that was my favorite thing to do. Yeah.
I wouldn't call that being a good influence.
Okay, fair enough.
Bad influence from what I've seen. Well,
That's
I'll take it as a compliment.
yeah, that's very kind of you. I mean, it's always good to feel like we're not destroying
people's brains and
yeah
lives and
Not yet, anyway.
toilets.
what?
What are we, like a gang of, like, frogs?
Yeah.
Gang of toilet frogs. Man.
Ooh. You guys came up the wrong porcelain bowl this time. This bathroom's altar.
For our next major animated movie involving like a bunch of talking animals, better have a joke with the frog hiding in it.
like a toilet frog
Yeah.
movie about
like in a Disney
star-crossed toilet frogs.
Yeah,
Just
I want that to be the next Disney movie.
Okay.
She was from the Port Authority bus terminal, and he was from I don't know, something classy.
In keeping with the theme, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know, like, from the wrong side of the septic tank or whatever.
It's like West Side Story.
Yeah, just like West Side Story. They all come up the toilet, snapping their fingers.
You could actually make an interesting parody out of this.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd watch it.
If it's got good jokes, I think it would work.
Yeah, I think it could work.
Not the weirdest thing we've thought of or seen, even.
No.
Yeah,
I've seen
it's
way
definitely
weirder
not the
shit.
Weirdest thing.
No.
What?
T-Bone, did you see anything weird lately? You learned anything new that we need to know about?
Yeah.
So there's that one character that wants to bang her, right?
Yeah, the other one we were just going after.
So, like, if they're gonna fuck, would it just be like one of her, or would it be like 10 of her?
That's a great question. I don't know. But it wouldn't top anything I've learned here. That's fair. That's fair. You do find, I think, some of the weirdest, most awful things.
Yeah.
There's some food, some health on that table with the food.
Touche, yeah, there is.
So you guys think, you know that cranberry sauce that comes in a can?
Yeah.
If I open up a can of that and just stick a wick in it, would it work as a candle?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
It's too liquidy.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's still pretty solid.
But if you heat it up, you're gonna have liquid that's gonna
But when you heat up a candle, you have liquid.
Yeah, but that's wax. It's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is it different?
Wax is more flammable than cranberry sauce.
Are you sure? You ever try to light cranberry sauce on fire?
If you try
What?
You spoke with authority. I asked a question. You said no.
Alex, how hard have you been thinking about lighting cranberry sauce on fire?
What did cranberry sauce do to you, Alex?
I'm just trying to save money on candles.
You gotta save money on candles, huh?
By lighting cranberry sauce.
By lighting cranberry sauce
How
on fire.
expensive are the fucking candles?
And we're not. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some Monster, but
I don't know if that counts.
completely sober.
No, we're just perma-stoned, maybe.
Is that what it is? We just haven't,
I don't know. Or we just never grew up.
I think
that's what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, Peter Pan syndrome. Except I don't wear tights.
Yeah, definitely no on the tights for me.
I don't need that Robin Hood, village people look going on.
Interesting. So at a certain point in the night, all of the Wendy's, all the extra Wendy's, disappear.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, now we're getting somewhere.
So that's useful information.
So what if that character that wants to fuck her, that's specifically his kink? Is he wants to fuck one of the versions of her, and finish just as she disappears?
I have no idea how to answer that question.
Wait, what? Like she took my load into the void. What are you talking about?
T-Bone was right about the high thoughts. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's the highest thought I've heard.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
I'm still processing.
In the vacuum, in the vacuum, the space between universes, my semen resides there now.
Who's looking for that?
I bet somebody's into that.
I mean, you're probably right, because there's somebody into everything on the internet.
True.
I'm sure you could find
the
Rule 34 of someone fucking a wormhole and that being
Is that how white holes are made?
Are there white holes?
Yeah. It's theoretically there are white holes.
What's a white hole?
It's like the opposite of a black hole.
It's supposed to
So it's shooting stuff out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, matter's supposed to
Interesting.
just kind of come out of it.
Probably doesn't exist in actual physics, but
It's just a theoretical
theoretically
thing.
possible.
All these people and their theories. Fucking gravity.
Fucking magnets, how the fuck do they work?
I don't know, man. The scientists are all lying and they're getting me pissed.
Yeah, man. They're not letting us know what's on the other side of the flat Earth.
Yeah. I want to know if it's Tails down there.
It's Tails down there. That's great.
Good.
Wow, there's just a lot of new pieces of information coming in.
Juliana's sliding into our DMs, huh?
Apparently.
Oh, let's see what she's up to.
Yep, check out the power station. Yep.
Oh man. I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to hang out with Sage and Ulysses, but I'm not sure I want to hang out with that douche Alex. Pretty sick of his shit, dude.
Alright, let me see here. So by nightfall, all visiting Wenjis will have gone home. One remaining will be hard at work unless 2-Bit has lured her to up. So we have to have that robot AI in the spaceship thing.
Okay.
Like call her and convince her to like show up, or something like that. Is that how I think I'm understanding that right?
I keep mixing 2-Bit up with the Gorilla's characters.
Oh, 2D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's okay. So I think that's what we're trying to do.
Man, how much would a 2-bit video game suck?
There's actually a legitimately really cool 1-bit game coming out.
1-bit?
1-bit.
How's that work?
How does that work?
So it's that kind of like pixel art thing, right? And
is it like the Atari like adventure games where you would literally play like a dot?
For the Atari.
So in theory it would be, but because they can have like 10 times as many single bits, right, as that technology allowed, like it's still a lot more complicated than what those systems were actually capable of.
Okay, sure.
But it actually looks really cool. It looks like the like it's all the like kind of Junji Ito manga art.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it's just like kind of randomly generating like Lovecraftian like horror, Junji Ito horror experience. Where like you can run into like a bunch of different creatures or a bunch of different like theoretical curses over the course of the whole thing.
Okay.
But like yeah, I'll have to show you some footage of it. It looks really cool.
Okay.
It's been in like Steam Early Access for a while.
Okay.
I just know like some of those earliest adventure games, like that were on the Commodore and like the original Atari and stuff. You played a dot that would like walk around in dungeons and stuff like that. I mean, that's probably the closest to like 1-bit my imagination's capable. Yeah.
Your laptop dies a lot?
That sucks.
Is it like you got like a messed up battery or something? Well, I have to have my laptop plugged in at all times, otherwise like the battery drains super quick because it's so old.
Every laptop I ever had, like the fucking battery
gets to that. Gets to that point where it's more of a desktop. Yeah.
The current laptop does not have that problem, which is surprising. But
That's good.
Yeah, give it time.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff. It's the kind of stuff that I do all the time. Definitely with the updates. I always leave the updates until
first world problems, right?
I always leave my updates until Google's like, I don't care what you're doing, we're doing this now. And they're like, no.
Google will literally not run unless you update.
Yep. Where it's like, you've put it off for too long.
They always do that thing where, like, you know, it asks you, like, do you want to reset now, update now, or do you want to do it later?
Yeah.
And I always pick, like, some date far in the future. I'm like, you know, I'll definitely be done doing when I do it.
Yeah.
And it's just update it then. But then I completely forget.
Yeah.
And then it just
And then you're in the middle of, like, filing your taxes or something.
Yeah, then, like 3 months later.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, a bunch of health. We need that.
Nice.
Yeah, you really good there.
Just fine.
I've never seen a gun with 2 magazines like that.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting.
I wonder if anyone's ever done anything like that.
Are they still called magazines when they're round like that, or are those drums?
I've heard drum magazines and things.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think drum is perfectly fine.
I don't know very much about guns. You definitely know more about weapons than I do.
Yeah, but my knowledge is based more on like heavy weapons, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you that much like the average.
Like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you definitely know about like tanks and weapon systems.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, so go for the exit. All right. Oh no.
There are a handful of very specific guns that I could tell you about.
Really stupid ones.
Surprisingly, there aren't that many stupid guns that I've seen.
Not like there are stupid tanks and
No.
stupid nuclear chicken landmines.
Stupid ships made out of ice.
I can't believe they tried to make a ship out of ice. It still blows my mind.
Ice and sawdust.
Yeah.
Who the hell thought that would work?
Dude named, his last name was Pike.
Well, I mean, that explains that.
Because the substance he was going to make the ship out of was called picrete.
He got to name it picrete.
Yes.
And that's a mixture of ice and sawdust.
Yes.
That's like the lamest material you could have named after yourself. That shit just happens at sawmills by accident.
And he was like, what if we made a ship out of that?
Ooh, something happened.
When you
Chemical-
to go to the party? Who can blame him? Too bad.
That's great.
Interesting. Okay. So, alright. So now, let's check out a new one opened up.
Okay.
Brand new, and that one is for Juliana. So, yeah, we're gonna go to the next morning here. What do we got?
Golden harvest, huh? Is there a golden shower?
Ew.
How are you supposed to get the harvest if there's no shower?
I mean, maybe not that way.
Just like in April showers bring May flowers kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't have golden harvest without a golden shower?
I guess so, yeah. Well, I guess it'd be more like an ivory harvest.
What?
It's white.
From the golden shower?
No, the jizz.
Where's the jizz coming from? I thought we were talking about
the
pee.
shower makes the jizz harvest happen.
No, that doesn't. It's a golden harvest.
Some acid when I what are you talking about today?
That's not. You know what a golden shower is? It's called gold for a reason.
Yeah, the point is that the golden shower makes a harvest, not necessarily a golden harvest. Because, you know.
Okay.
I'm not following the logic here, Ulysses, but
My logic is impeccable.
we're gonna let it go.
As impeccable as Michael's memory.
I've told you guys that urine was so valuable in ancient Rome that people would actually go and like knock on the doors of people's houses with a pot and pay them a few pennies to pee in the pot, right?
It was insanely valuable in like Victorian times.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they didn't. It was how they treated leather. They couldn't treat leather without the ammonia and pee. So.
Shit was also very valuable for like fertilizer and for, like certain chemicals.
Like people poo poo.
Yeah. They had carts that would go around harvesting. Like you'd empty out your chamber pot into this cart and then would take it off into the field and stuff.
You know, at least somebody was doing something with it, I guess.
Well, it's better than like Victor.
Yeah, I don't know, but we.
I know a lot of facts about day-to-day life in ancient Rome. I don't
He's
know.
also our resident urine expert.
Yeah.
Well, the public bathroom
Yeah.
stuff was pretty bad.
In ancient Rome, they had public bathrooms, but they didn't have toilet paper. What they had was they took like sea sponges and put them on sticks, and then they had a pot full of vinegar, and then you would dunk the sponge in the vinegar, and everyone in town would just use the sponge on the stick.
Did I see someone?
Like everyone used the same
Yep,
sponge.
everybody used the same sponge.
No, No wonder the plague of Justinian was so bad.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine how your ass would smell after you, like, first of all, that's not getting all the poop off.
No.
Secondly, you're smearing vinegar on top of the poop, like...
With cucumber.
Yeah, with other people's poop.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Yeah. And then the methane would build up so much in public restrooms that sometimes they would actually legitimately explode.
Like just all
would,
of a sudden.
Yeah, just like exploding with shit everywhere. The Romans did the best they could, but they did not have the technology to have a society as complicated as the one that they did.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, the Mayans actually were one of the few civilizations, pre-modern civilizations, to have a functioning sewage system. Mm-hmm. Like they actually got their poop out of town, and that was an accomplishment. Like,
I mean, I guess that's kind of the end goal, yeah.
Well, like you talk about like the Mayans in like 1000 AD were able to get their poop out of town, and then the Victorians in London in like the 1800s were just dumping it out of their windows into the streets. So, you know, priorities. Like, yes, you have oil lamps, good for you, but you just stepped in your own shit from yesterday.
Yeah, it doesn't seem real civilized, does it?
No.
Not the mark of a high civilization.
No.
Where am I?
But then, you know, we discussed before the Victorians were still practicing, like, you know, weird forms of cannibalism.
Yeah,
That's
they were
true.
too. And they were doing that hair art.
Yep.
That hair art is super creepy.
Hair art?
Yeah, they would shave all the head off of dead people, all the hair off the heads of dead people, and then make art to commemorate them with. You can go and buy, there's a good chance if you go into an antique store, you will see some hair art. It's not uncommon.
Oh, damn.
It's super gross. It's just, you know, woven hair into like flowers and shapes and stuff like that. It's pretty nasty.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Corpse selling were like big businesses back then. So, like, that's why they had, like, they would sometimes build cages over, like, graves, like, made out of, like, steel and shit, as, you know, to keep grave robbers out. Because if you didn't have that shit, your body was available for anyone to grab.
Oh, do you know why Irish people have wakes?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, because, I mean, in Ireland, people would get so drunk that they would pass out in the street.
Yep.
And then people they were so blackout drunk that people thought that they were dead, and then they'd get buried. And then as soon as people started digging up coffins for any number of reasons, and flipping the lids open and seeing fingernails like embedded in the wood, the paranoia over being buried alive just like shot through the roof. So they would bring people they thought were dead into the bar and then drink the whole night and keep an eye on them to see if they would wake up. And then if they didn't, they'd bury them the next morning.
Gotta make sure they're actually dead and not just passed out from the alcohol.
Yeah, no, I understand the concerns about being buried alive. Like, that would be pretty awful. Like, that's up there on, like, the worst things that could happen to you.
Did they also do the little thing where they'd have, like, a bell, like, over the grave?
I don't think that was an Irish thing, but that was, yeah, people definitely did that.
Ring little bells inside the coffin.
Yep.
They're still alive.
And they'd have the tube go down into the coffin so that air would actually get down in there just in case.
What are you doing talking to me? Keep pushing.
You gotta wonder how many people they buried alive.
I don't know, but they were, you know, I mean, I can imagine only had to unearth so many coffins, and they found enough fingernail scratches on the inside of the lids that it became a concern. Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely one of the worst things I can imagine happening to me. So.
Not a pleasant way to die.
No.
Alright. You good?
Nice.
That was pretty smooth, actually.
Alright.
I was watching this documentary about Rome. Yeah, I would.
So
I think I'd rather die almost any other way than just knowing that no one was going to come save me and that I was just going to slowly
just
suffocate or starve or whatever was coming first.
And for
Dehydration, yeah.
Enlightenment, founded by Dr. Wenji Evans, Igor Shirley, and Harriet Morse.
But I was watching a documentary about Rome, and they were talking about...
oh shit, here we go.
They were talking about the first war with Carthage, and they went to go see the site of the first major sea battle with the triremes. And the host was actually looking at one of the rams from the front of the trireme, looking at a Carthaginian one and a Roman one. And the Carthaginian one was like, may the god Baal like smite your children and like their children and all this stuff. Right. And then the Russian one said, Roman, not Russian. The Roman one.
Very interesting.
That would be very strange. The Roman one said, like, checked by so-and-so for quality control and approved.
That's great.
Just like how anal the Romans were about all their bureaucratic shit.
It's even better considering that the Romans stole everything they knew about shipbuilding from Carthage.
Yep.
The Romans got lucky because they had captured a Carthaginian ship that had like run aground or something.
Yeah.
And the crew had destroyed it. And the Carthaginians did a thing where when they built the ship, every single piece, it was like an IKEA piece of furniture, like every piece was marked, and there was set instructions of how you would put it together.
Sure.
And the Romans actually managed to get a hold of all that stuff.
And then just copy it.
Yep. Brought it back to Rome, deconstructed it, was like, oh, this piece goes here, this piece goes there, and they were able to build their own ship.
Well, the Romans were great at managing things, but very rarely came up with their own ideas. They stole their entire religion, they stole all their architecture. They, Archimedes was Greek, all of the,
I guess they did innovate in, certain military concepts, the legions, artillery, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and they were great, managers and really understood organization and bureaucracy and stuff like that, and that was a huge part of their success.
Yeah, they weren't the most creative.
No. Their armies won battles due to the fact that they were incredibly skilled, disciplined, organized, and incredibly skilled builders. Yeah. And they could basically build a fort in days. Like they could make a massive fortified position that the tribal people they were fighting just could not compete with.
It also helped that they had access to an industry that was giving them standardized equipment. Whereas the fucking Gauls and shit.
Right.
A couple of local blacksmiths in their village probably that were making their spear points, and that was about it.
Right.
They didn't have a system that would guarantee them suits of armor.
Well, and the Romans had an army that they could muster. When the Gauls needed to get everybody together, they had to go talk to the chiefs, and then the chiefs had to independently bring the people there and provide their own supplies and
The Romans were also very clever about turning the tribes against each other.
Oh yeah, Julius Caesar was amazing at it.
A lot of what happened to the Gauls kind of parallels what happened to the Native Americans.
Yep. Yeah. No. It's been called
Caesar did to the Celtics.
Yeah, it's been called a genocide before, and that's probably not inaccurate.
No, I'd say it's incredibly accurate.
Well, considering that, the Celtic people what the fuck? What the fuck?
She's stuck.
Hide and go seek, huh? All right. Yeah,
Dude, can we take these giant spools home, Sage?
We can.
I don't think so. Oh,
you can make them into a coffee table, dude. I've seen it. I've seen it. They're nice.
Tacky as fuck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't like that sense of interior design.
Okay, fine. You guys aren't into upcycling?
No.
No, I guess not.
I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna tell you no.
Upcycling, it's when you recycle something into a more permanent and useful thing. So, you turning that shit into a table, that would be upcycling.
Okay.
I don't know why I have to, keep up to date on all the hipster shit around here.
I mean, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. You can just not do that.
Wow.
You're doing it, but you could just not.
I think I'm doing
Well, I was doing it before it was cool.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That is true.
Everything goes back to normal, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Celtic people probably didn't get it quite as bad as Native Americans did, considering that, you know...
Well, they were eventually, what was left of them were assimilated into the Roman Empire and given Roman citizenship. And
I think pretty much Ireland and Scotland were the last surviving, you know, refugees.
There's actually, so yeah, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. And then actually, strangely enough, there's a Celtic region of France and a Celtic region of Spain.
Okay.
But literally, if you look at a map of where the Celtic people are, you can see they were driven almost into the sea. Like, yeah. I really enjoy. I really enjoy the Galicians. That's the Celtic people from Spain for their bagpipe music because it's kind of a combination of like flamenco music and bagpipe music. It's really kind of odd, but it's upbeat and like not as depressing as like your traditional bagpipe music.
Are they related to, or perhaps the same as the Galatians that were hired as mercenaries by the Greeks and settled in Egypt and the Middle East?
I know, because I think that Galatia is more of a region of like northern Turkey, which would be like the Anatolian Greeks, and like, I don't know. I would be surprised if the Greeks did get as far as to pass, what did they call them? The Straits of Hercules? Gibraltar?
I think so.
But I don't think they would have come in contact with those people. Probably more likely they ran into the people in Anatolia.
Right. But the Greeks, you know, when they had the successor states after Alexander's death, they had hired a lot of Celtic mercenaries and had settled them throughout the Middle East.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, like
okay.
In Egypt, the Fayum Depression, where to this day there are still a lot of children that are born with like blonde hair and blue eyes, because you know that's where a lot of these mercenaries were settled, and they, you know, had a sort of a thriving community for hundreds of years before they were eventually assimilated by the local people in the Arabs.
Huh. Do you know in Rome, if you had blonde hair, people assumed you were a prostitute?
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
They would, yeah. The prostitutes would wear blonde wigs as, you know, like an advertising tactic.
It was the same thing in China, apparently.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Apparently, too, but I had the same surprise.
Yeah, I mean, this guy has told me stuff about how, like, at least for white women in China, if they're, you know, white and blonde, the stereotype is that they're Russian prostitutes.
Huh. Interesting. There was actually a plant. I wish I could remember what it was called, but it was extremely effective, like Plan B, basically. Like if you ate it, I mean, you miscarried. And the demand from Roman prostitutes was so high that it's extinct now.
Oh, yeah.
Like we know it existed, and we know that it's gone from the face of the earth because the Romans used it till it was just gone.
Yeah, if they had farmed it better, I mean...
You're talking about the plant that, like, you can use for abortions?
Yeah. You guys ever seen Nero's bathtub?
No.
It's made out of a purple marble that it can only be mined in one part of Egypt, and his bathtub is actually made of more than half of the known supply of it on Earth.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it's worth $4 billion. Wow.
God damn.
The Pope's got it right now.
Of course he does.
Shitting in it.
I'll never get over the fact that Joe Biden shit his pants in front of the Pope.
Well, we don't know for sure that happened. It just doesn't.
But come on, you saw that face, man.
He did look like he pooped his pants, but
I don't want to be party spreading misinformation.
Yeah, I don't want no fake news on the channel, man. But the fact that there wasn't really like even among Joe Biden supporters, there weren't a lot of people trying to say that it was ridiculous to say that he might have done that.
The person is dancing on top of a reactor.
Oh, go get him, man.
Okay, we found a place to charge the battery.
Wow, that's a lot of help.
Wow, yeah, it is.
Cool. Well, we know we're coming back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Galatian mercenaries, they were settled in parts of Egypt. They were also settled in Anatolia and the Seleucid Empire.
Interesting. Yeah. Maybe those are the same Galatians, then. I have no idea. That would be very interesting.
East, right?
Okay. Okay. Huh.
I don't know if they're related to the Galatians in Spain.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Huh? It's interesting.
That was good.
I told you.
Only examples I can think of people migrating eastward across Eurasia. Usually people migrate
from east to west, yeah.
The Mongols, the Huns,
Scythians, Xiongnu.
I think I've heard that the Celts. There's a theory that the Celts themselves were originally migrated from somewhere. I don't know.
There is. And kind of odd. A lot of people say Genghis Khan himself actually had red hair.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And that there is a prevalence of people with like green eyes and red hair. Genghis Khan, they said, had cat's eyes, which most people think means that he had green eyes. But yeah, I don't know. So I mean, yeah, I would the Celts. People that moved west, Indo-Europeans moved west. Yeah.
The Germanic tribes, I think, had originated somewhere further east in Europe as well.
Yeah, well, especially with the tribes coming out of like modern-day Mongolia, the latest tribe to show up was always that much rougher and tougher than the tribe that was already there. So then they would just kick them out of their home, and then they'd move west and kick the next tribe out of their home until the tribe got forced into Europe and just fucked shit up.
Pretty much.
That's the funny thing about the Huns is people like the Romans write about how horrible the Huns were, but the Huns had actually been on the losing end of several conflicts with other tribal people that had forced them into Rome. So they were actually like not even close to the scariest group of like horse nomads.
There are also theories that the Huns are basically just the Western name given to the Xiongnu people.
Yep.
That had come into conflict with China hundreds of years before.
Yeah, the people from Mulan.
Pretty much.
Which apparently in Disney Mulan they were like, just call them Huns.
Yeah, they somehow stumbled into the right group there.
Okay, we got one.
Sweet.
Yeah. Don't mess with my horse nomad history, dude. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah, I've always liked the various nomadic people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most interesting.
Well, it's just, I mean, it's the type of people that just don't exist anymore.
Right.
It's a way of life.
Yeah.
It fit with our modern world.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also cool to think about the fact that, I mean, the Native Americans, unfortunately, didn't really stand a chance against, a modern American military. But the fact that the Mongols and the people like them had been kicking settled civilizations' asses for, thousands of years. Like, for most of human history, the only way for a settled society to beat the horse nomads was to hire another group of horse nomads to fight them. Like, there was just, or get them into terrain where horses were worthless.
You could, the great
yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, that's how Russia settled the East. Like, Russia went in with cannons and Gatling guns and shit like that, and it was game over. Like,
yeah, because even Alexander the Great, the Persians, they're like, we're not going over there.
Yep.
So lucky.
If I remember correctly, Alexander the Great had basically just installed a whole shitload of fortifications on the northern border of his Macedonian Empire to put like artillery on there and stuff. That was the only way to keep the nomads away.
Right.
And generally, unless they were very well organized like the Mongols, the nomadic peoples had trouble taking over like properly fortified cities.
Oh yeah, well Genghis Khan had a horrible time trying to conquer cities at the beginning.
Yeah, it was only when he had Chinese working for him that they were able to.
Well, the real genius of Genghis Khan was when he conquered a city, he would kill everyone in the city except for the people that had like useful skills.
Right.
People who understood math or people who were engineers and stuff like that, and then he would take all of those people. So
because he needed somebody to administer the empire and to build siege machines and stuff like that.
Which by the time he conquered the Sassanians in Iran, who had mountain fortresses that had been considered to be impenetrable, like had been tried to be conquered by many of the great conquering empires of their day, and they'd all failed. By that point, he just demolished them because he had the best siege weaponry in the world.
Just about, yeah. I think I told you the story of how.
Oh shit, that's right. Okay.
Stop me if it sounds too familiar, but there was a deal that the Mongols had done between the Christian orders of knights and shit, where they had basically bought trebuchets and had them shipped into Asia because they had been having trouble with a particular Chinese city
that was when they were trying to conquer the Song dynasty, because they got bogged down in a war with southern China for decades and decades.
And the thing is that the remnants of the Song dynasty, they had access to cannons, which outranged the Mongol siege artillery at the time. But when they were able to purchase trebuchets and a bunch of European engineers to basically show them how to run it, they brought those things into southern China and were able to outrange the cannons there.
Yeah, well, trebuchets are impressive, dude.
I mean, that was kind of the height of
catapult technology.
Yeah.
Well, the Mongols just never missed an opportunity. Like when Subadai was conquering Crimea, and he met up with the Venetians. He was like, you know what? We'll go around and kill all the other merchants in the area and burn down their settlements in exchange for maps of all of Europe. And so Subadai came back. He's like, hey, man, we got these fucking badass maps made by the greatest traders of their day, for when we're ready to invade Europe.
Yeah, the Mongols were fucking smart.
Crafty. And they didn't really have respect for people who lived in cities. They didn't even really think they were human.
Right.
Like they
That's
thought
bred for the nomadic people.
Yep. They thought that settled people were the equivalent of livestock.
Yep.
Well, we only have about 10 minutes on the time slot left, and I feel like that's probably not enough time to do a whole other mission.
Okay. All right.
So I think maybe we end just a few minutes early.
Okay. Sure.
Or we could just talk shit for 10 more minutes.
I don't know what shit we have to talk. Me and Ulysses just got wound into Mongol shit. Cause I can talk about Mongols for days. So.
And I honestly, I'd just be a spectator on my own show.
I mean, I always enjoyed the watching the transition through history of a nomadic group to a city dwelling one, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like particularly if you look at the Parni peoples, right, who became like the Parthian Empire. Right?
Yeah, right.
They started as nomadic cousins of the Persians.
Mm-hmm.
They were still nomadic, like after the Persian Empire fell, but they saw this opportunity. Hey, these Greeks aren't doing a good job holding on to this shit.
Right.
It's over. And hundreds of years, you have this kind of gradual shift of their culture.
Right.
Right.
As they become more.
Well, the Chinese always had a concept of cooked and uncooked barbarians, and the idea was that the nomadic societies that they traded with and met with, they were cooked. They had somewhat assimilated Chinese culture and society by being exposed to it, and they were easier to work with. And the uncooked ones, the ones that hadn't been exposed to Chinese culture at all, were the ones that were still really dangerous. And the Mongols even knew this themselves, and that's why they wouldn't let their warriors live in the Chinese cities for very long. They would rotate them back to Mongolia so that they wouldn't become soft and wouldn't be able to fight anymore.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
The Turks are a Mongolic tribe, the modern day people of Turkey. Their language is closer to Mongolian than any other language, which is crazy to think about the space between the two. But yeah, they brought their language from Mongolia.
I mean, back in the day, like even before the Turkish, the Ottoman Empire was a thing. I mean, the Turks were a wide-ranging, successful people.
Oh yeah,
taken over huge swaths of Central Asia.
Yeah, well, that's why there's such a close affinity between the modern Central Asian states and Turkey. Also, why there's a country in Central Asia called Turkmenistan, which is just the land of the Turks.
Right.
Ironically, it's been completely supplanted by Turkey.
Yep. But yeah, world history is nuts, man. There's not too many places on Earth that were not at some point conquered by a group of nomadic people who then assimilated the culture and became, like, from the Mughals of India to the Magyars of Hungary to all sorts of Chinese states, Central Asia, Iran, Iraq, just basically anywhere in the old world at some point had been conquered by nomadic people.
Well, I mean, even in the New World, too. I mean, we know that there were nomadic groups that they didn't have access to the same resources that the steppe nomads did, for mainly horses. Yeah. But there were, like, Apache tribes that were always kind of a menace to the people that lived in Mexico at the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
the Aztecs themselves, I believe, had originally been a nomadic people that kind of moved into the.
Oh, the Aztec origin story is fucked up. Like, we can talk about that if you want. But yeah, T-Bone, I don't know. History is strange. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so complicated, and there's just so much stuff going on, and it's just endlessly interesting.
Well, and you never know 100% what's true or not in history too. And the further back you go, the more what you get is straight propaganda.
It's true.
Like if you get back to like the very beginnings of civilization, you go back to like ancient Babylon and Sumer and Assyria and places like that, and everything's just designed to, tell a version of events that glorifies the king or something like that. There's very little real history there, but if you don't care about it, then you have no history from back then. Like you got archaeology, but like.
But then the other thing is that you always find things that seem like they shouldn't be true, but then turn out to be true.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And archaeology is a pretty great sort of thing to bolt on to a lot of that really ancient history stuff. That's a good way to actually kind of confirm what some of these people might have been saying, right?
Yeah.
Like the fucking Trojan War, we thought that was just a big stupid myth, right? Propaganda to serve the Mycenaean kings, but now, thanks to archaeology, we've actually found, the remnants of Troy.
Yeah.
And we know that some sort of battle took place there. We don't know that it actually had anything to do with the Iliad, how it was portrayed, but
well, and
there's
then
something to that history that is true.
Then there's also like the story of like King Midas and the Minotaur and stuff like that, which we had assumed entirely was just mythology or fiction before we discovered, like, on Crete how complicated and extensive the Minoan civilization was there and how it predated Greece and how Greek culture probably came from that civilization in large part. So
yeah, and then all the stuff with the Babylonians and the Sumerians, there's a lot of archaeological evidence that's kind of really uncovered how complex those societies were.
Their ziggurats were dope.
Yep.
They were huge.
Hanging Gardens was a real thing. Tower of Babel was a real thing. They weren't as ridiculous as
grandiose as they claim, but
they were still, impressive structures.
What's the tomb? The tomb of who? Of the seven wonders of the ancient world. The tomb of the mausoleum of Halicarnassus. There's still some of that left, right? Like it's very little of it.
Gone away.
Yeah.
Not like some of the other wonders.
Like the Colossus. The Colossus of Rhodes would have been dope to see, dude.
Somebody should rebuild some of those.
Yeah, they should.
That would have been fucking sick to see, dude.
All right. Well, I mean, we guess we could just bullshit about history forever, but we can.
Probably cut off
I think
at some point.
I think we could probably cut it off.
Yeah, I think we call it good. All right. Thanks for hanging out, T-Bone.
Yeah, seriously, thanks.
Yeah, it's always good to see you. Thanks for being a loyal stream watcher.
And we'll be kind of just doing Deathloop until we're done with it.
Yeah,
Back to
for
KOTOR.
sure, and then back to KOTOR.
And then back to Star Wars. Yep.
Bye.
Bye, T-Bone.
See ya.
It's going to do the 10-second countdown before we actually stop.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dicks off.
Did it work?
I think it took longer than 10 seconds. You lied to me.
Yep, you lied, Sage.
It worked, I think.
I didn't want everyone to hear me say dicks off.
Now they know your dick's off.